This is Canucks Only.
This is Canucks Only.
Here are your hosts, Shylo Smith and Rob Young.
Well, good evening, Shylo. How are you?
Hey, Rob. I'm good, man. Thanks for being here for me.
I'm happy to be here. Okay, so this is 3 weeks post heart attack for me. Not to go on too much of a personal slant on this, but it's been 2 weeks since we recorded, and it was 2 weeks the one before that because of my heart attack. But I realized that I really missed recording this, and I missed you, man. I missed sitting with you and talking Canucks, and I miss doing this. So it's only been 2 weeks, but yeah.
No, I agree. I've missed talking to you and talking hockey, and I'm glad that you're still around to do this with me. So,
well, that makes two of us, and my daughter would be three, and I'm sure other people too. But I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Welcome to Canucks Only. I created a tagline for us a long time ago, and I've never said it. Welcome to Canucks Only. We're fans just like you. That's really, a buddy of mine, Scott, visited me in the hospital when I was in there for my treatment, and he said that it is actually kind of reaffirming. He says, when he listens, it's like two fans talking, right? We're not trying to replicate the news here. We're not trying to replicate being, sports page, sports desk, TSN, Sportsnet Central. We're two fans just like you, listening, trying to find out what's happening with our beloved and dreaded Canucks, although more towards the beloved side, I think, moving forward with our new regime. But we are live on X and we're live on YouTube, so welcome to everyone to Canucks Only. Let me find us here and add us here. We're live. Yep, there you go. I can see you on X. Here we go. Of Pettersson.
So there's a lot that's been happening since we last talked.
Yes.
Lots to go through. Our
last show I posted on June 25th, and something called the NHL Draft happened the very next day on June 26th. So what's your thoughts? What's your feelings? How do you feel about taking... Well, I know how you feel about it because you called this months ago, back when he was ranked number 9 in a lot of scouting lists, and you called it, and I will give you full credit for it. You said he was the best center. He was going to be the Canucks should pick Malhotra for many, many reasons, and you can go back and listen, and that's what I love about this. Part of the reason I took out a Twitter account for Canucks, I had my original personal Twitter account. Then I realized I was probably bugging people with all my Canucks takes, so that's when I started my separate one, which was before we met, actually, right? It was before we connected, and it was funny because do you know the comedian Brent Butt? Canadian Corner Gas, the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, he did the same thing about the same time. He started a whole separate Canucks Twitter for himself because I'm sure it was the same thing where he's bugging all his actor friends in LA or whatever, talking about Canucks. And so we did it about the same time. I didn't see it first, and I thought, yeah, well, at least I'm onto the probably the right idea of not bothering all your non-hockey friends. So. But you timestamped that. You can go back into the archive and see your prognostication come true. So how does it feel?
Sure. I mean, I'm glad that they got him, and now I hope they just do the right thing and let him, cook for 2 seasons in the NCAA. I mean, there's 2 reasons why I want him to do that, because first I saw the potential of him. He has a lot of potential. But he was also playing in a really weak league, and I think we've talked about this before, where his skill level may have looked elevated because of the league he was in. Now, if he can get 2 seasons in the NCAA, that's going to it's going to bring his skill level up another bit, right? Because it's a more challenging league than what he was in before. And and it's going to be a good test for him to see, can he actually step up? Because when he comes to, I almost said Utica, when he comes to Abbotsford and the Canucks, it's going to be a huge step up. And there's going to be a lot of expectations from him, both fan base wise and staff wise. I mean, we can't overlook that his dad is the coach. So it's not, I think everyone, is worried about like favoritism and he's going to get this and the best that and all that. I have a feeling it's going to be the opposite. He's probably going to be a lot harder on his son. He's going to expect a lot more, and he would be the first one to get cut if he's not, if his dad is like, I don't think he's pulling it, and he cuts him, like, healthy scratch, not cut, but healthy scratch. I think he would do that to his own son before he would do it to anyone else, because there's a higher expectation that I think is going to come with that. So if he comes and he meets expectations, then that's going to be great. But yeah, I think he's got a lot to step into, and that's why I really, really hope they keep him in the NCAA, let him do his, get his degree or whatever he's doing. His I guess it's not a bachelor's, that'd be 4 years, but he can get his degree.
Yeah.
And then bring him over. It's good for him. It's good development. We can see sort of how he plays against a tougher league. B, we also don't have to start his ECL until 2 years from now.
Yep.
So we get to keep him a little bit longer as we're transitioning into our window for let's get back into the playoffs, which is like a 5-year window. It's going to be, we're not going to be dogging him or discouraging him or put him in a position where he's just like, perhaps he's like, oh man, these 2 years were tough, maybe I'll just get a trade, or these 2 years were tough and I couldn't show what I could actually do, so get him, work on himself, bring him in, we're closer to that window, and he'll be a little bit closer to being ready. I think he probably could play in the NHL right now, but not on this team, to be honest. I don't think he would do well playing on the Canucks right now. Like he'd do well, he'd be okay, but I don't think it'd be good for him to play on this Canucks team right now.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that losing has an effect, and if you're used to being a winner, especially being a high draft pick and having success on teams, that there's no need to bring him up and rush him up. So, much to I was talking to my long-term hockey pool buddy who has Canucks as his protected team, and he didn't realize that Malhotra was going to college, but I had to break that news to him because we've in order to get more action in our long-term league, we've reduced the amount of roster spots. So we used to be able to hold rookies for a long time or prospects. Now you can't. So if you want to be competitive, there's a lot of turnover. Yeah, I mean, I had a bit of a back and forth, as you know, in my opinion, as far as yes, no Malhotra, but I really landed on 2 or 3 things. And I think the biggest thing is if the Canucks are resetting culture, how can you go wrong? How can you go and miss with a true blue local boy, true blue Canucks fan, and true blue bloodlines? When you've got NHL bloodlines and you have Steve Nash on the other side of those bloodlines, in watching a lot of the player interviews, Caleb was asked, who's the best athlete in your family? And he kept saying his mom. He said his mom is the best athlete. Even like she's a multi-sport athlete and super competitive. And the joke was, who do you get your athletic genes from? He goes, my mom. And Manny was on that interview, and he laughed. And they kind of, I think it's an inside joke inside the family, from Manny to I can't remember the mom's name, to Steve Nash. Yeah. And it's the joke that she's the best athlete in the family.
Her name's Joanne.
Joanne.
Yeah.
So I really landed on that, and I thought, I went a little past that. And how many times have we criticized the Canucks for not taking Brenden Gallagher, for not have taking Milan Lucic, for not have taking Evander Kane, for all the local kids that we didn't take, and all the local kids that we wanted to come back, the Mark Reckies, who apparently hates the Canucks, Steve Correa, sorry, not Steve, but Paul Correa, who didn't want to ever play for the Canucks for the hometown pressure. That's kind of what I got over my years of kind of keeping an eye out on articles with him. And how can you go wrong? Like, he loves the Canucks. He is a true blue Canuck fan. And if you're going to reset the culture, how much better of a pick could you have gotten with a local boy who loves the Canucks and at 3 overall? And the last part of that is that I thought, and we talked about in the last episode, that I thought Craig Button was kind of shining us on as for the Canuck talk shows, so Carson Price and all the shows he went on about, Malhotra for sure. But I saw a couple of other Toronto-based talk shows, I think Kipper and Bourne, and he said, like, oh yeah, if we don't get this and somehow we trade, we'd love to get Malhotra. And so it kind of it reframed my position on him. He wasn't just a hometown choice. He was clearly the number 3 choice in the draft for a lot of people, and that really put me at ease at the last bit of it. So, because we can talk about how the dominoes fell after that, wildly out of order for how it went.
I was shocked at some of the flippity-floppeting that happened there, but yeah, I think Reed going 7. He was in my top 5.
Yeah, and there was I can't remember.
Verhoff going 9th was just like, I was like, what?
Yeah, totally. And so, a lot of the prognosticators are saying I think Chase Reed going as low as he did as well was shocking. The list for having Daxon, Rudolph, he was much higher on the list. Same with Smits. He was around 12.
This is way higher, yeah.
Yeah, Carell's went about where he was supposed to, but and Bjork went a little higher. Reed went higher. Verhoff went higher. I think Cullen dropped. I think a few guys, that Tynan Lawrence dropped as well. Like he rose in value. I think he was closer to 20. Anyways, it was shocking. It was quite hugely entertaining, and really, at that point, the teams were really addressing their immediate needs, right? So, very, very interesting. The danger of the Canucks actually taking Chase Reed at that point, and then surfacing of all the American-Canadian player conversations and discussions, future discussions. I got an opinion on that moving forward, especially for our American players, because I believe one of our other picks this year was American. So let's see here. We picked Novotny. He's Czech.
He's from Petersburg.
Yeah, and then who is that? There's another one that was American.
Or Czech or whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, I have a couple thoughts on that. Yeah. So you were, I can imagine you were pretty happy in that. I think we did great, and I think as a building block, and I think as minus 2 years out, like, we're 2 years out from seeing Malhotra. We might be a year out, but really, realistically, it's 2 years, and that's 2 years with Manny,
growing and developing and
honing his chops, in the big club, and having time to figure it out, and we'll see what happens there.
Like I said, I'm happy. I'm excited that he that we got him, but really. Yeah, like I hope they make the right decisions with them. And in my eye, there's no need to rush him.
Right.
Let's develop him like you would almost like a defenseman. Let's give him some time and let's see what he can do in university, and then in a couple of years, let's get him up. And I got no problems with waiting to see him. I just don't want them to rush him.
Okay, so Nicholas Aram Olsen is from Norway, and the other one is from Sweden. Is that right?
Sweden.
Anyways, so I can't remember who I'm thinking about then for the American, but there was one American that was a little bit younger. Quick question: were you disappointed we didn't go after the Ruck twins?
I thought that was pretty fun. Disappointed? No. If there was an opportunity to pick them up, I probably would have said, yeah, sure, go for it. But I mean, honestly, like it's funny because his brother, I can't remember his name now. Anyway, Liam's brother is actually got more points than Liam did, but Liam had more goals and is basically he's a much better all round player. We'll see how he does. Like, I mean, he's playing in the dub, so we'll see if he can actually transition into the A and into the NHL.
Yeah.
But I think it's hilarious that Pittsburgh picked them both up. So the fact that Liam went before the Canucks got their 24th pick.
Yeah.
There's like, no, you're not grabbing his brother then, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, and they didn't have an opportunity before that to really grab him.
Yeah.
If he was there at 24, I would have said, yeah, sure, go for Liam Ruck, right? Let's like get him and see what you can do, right?
Yeah.
But he was gone, so.
But Novotny looks
Novotny's
amazing.
Yeah, like there's no problems with that.
So there was one draft list prognosticator that had, I think I texted you, I think the Canucks with their first 3 picks were all inside his first round. Mm-hmm. So I think we did pretty well. I size, speed, and then have you watched any of the prospects practicing at Rogers there?
No. Not yet.
Oh, I think Novotny, he looks like, who would he look like? He looks like if Ratu was 7 times faster.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with hands. Speed and hands.
Wow.
Left big frame, a bit of a wide stance, good skater. Maybe like a Peter Forsberg with a longer stick. Not a long stick, but Peter Forsberg used a short stick. Mm-hmm. But that sort of haunch style, and he was burning guys and picking corners.
Nice.
So that'll be something to watch in the prospect stuff, because they're doing development right now, right? So,
yeah. He's not signed yet. Did they sign him or not yet?
I'm not sure. I think he's
unsigned. I think he's drafted but unsigned.
That's fine. If he goes back to junior, I'm not sure how that works. Does he need to sign a contract to go back to junior at that point?
I don't think so. I think he has to sign, like the latest he can sign is like 2030. So like, I think it's like 4 years.
Yep.
And then if he hasn't signed by then he basically becomes like an unrestricted free agent for whomever, PTOs and shit like that. But yeah, no, he's unsigned as of right now.
Yeah, I'm not. When it comes to those draft picks, I'm not worried. It's just sort of standard business. I don't think there's an issue there, right? So
do you think? What do you think about picking up Aiden?
What, Celebrini?
Yeah,
we drafted him a couple of years ago, right? So
yeah.
It'll be the coup, and we can talk about that in a little bit, but if we can get the younger brother that's slated for 2030 draft, that would be quite fun. Although Aiden is, I think he's a couple years older than...
He's 21 right now.
He's 21? Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, you know my takes on D. He's
that's right. He's a D. That's right.
He'll take
up more. Yeah.
But he's also a right shot D, 6'1", and almost 200 pounds. Like, he's a decent sized boy.
Well, I think the father is he's not a trainer, but he's a doctor, like physical. I think he was like the knee rehab guy. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. I thought maybe he was the guy that rehabbed Shaq's knee.
Okay.
So, anyways.
Anyway, sorry, that was a little off.
No, I thought you were going to ask me about the moves of Brenden Gallagher, and let's go back in time. So the draft happened on the 26th.
Yeah.
So on the we go here 26. Okay, so we did the draft, and then let's take it in order here. So June 29th, Höglander, bye-bye. Gone to Nashville.
Yep.
Thoughts on that?
I wish him all the best. We didn't really get anything for him, but...
Third-round pick.
Yeah, third-round pick, which, I mean...
He was a first round or
normally
second round?
I think he was second. Normally a third-round pick is basically like AHL player,
Right.
like very rarely do you have someone from the third round who transitions into a consistent NHL player. They might bounce up and down.
Yep.
But anyway, so we're not going to get, I honestly, we're not going to get much more for him at that point or this point. And
do you think he could have rebounded though? Do you think the 20 goal Höglander is gone? Was that a one-off and a fluke?
no, I don't think, I think he could, but not here. It's sort of like, what's his name? Smiley Face with the Oilers. What's the frack? The guy that smiles all the time, no matter what, that we had and traded him to Oilers. He paired up with McDavid. He was on McDavid's line. That's going to bug me.
Colson?
I'm getting old. But Colson, thank you.
Smiley threw me off.
Well, he's always smiling. You ever see him? He's always got a big smile on his face. But anyway, there's the argument that you can stick a pylon on the ice with McDavid and he'll get more, 30 goals in a season. But he went from being sort of a guy that the Canucks weren't able to take any further to being part of a first line in a competitive team. So I think this is a good move for Hogs. I think that this gives him a fresh start and an opportunity to really show himself.
Yeah.
And he's his, I don't want to say his team now, but the team he's on now is in a better place than the Vancouver Canucks, to be blunt. And I'm not trying to be, silly about that, but it is, he's not going to further develop with this Canuck roster.
Yeah. Well, and his 24 goal season, 24. I mean, that's amazing because he literally did that all by himself. The third line was basically him. Yeah. And that was 2 seasons ago. So I thought that was only a year removed, but he had the injury last year and then the 8 goals the year before that. And the year before that was the 24 goals. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm a little, I would have liked to have seen if he could reclaim, but obviously it didn't fit into the plans. Getting a third for him. Podkolzin scored 19 last year, but he didn't. If Podkolzin was not playing with a McDrysaddle, let's just merge the names together. McDrysaddle. Yeah, I don't know if Podkolzin ever gets more than 15 or 16 goals. Like,
nope. Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
24 by. So I'm a little curious if he could have ever moved that needle again, but doesn't matter.
I mean, so there is something in saying, yes, you put anyone out there with McDavid, Draisaitl, and they're going to make them look good. But there's also something in saying that when you have someone who can play with them.
Yeah, sure.
Right? That
it's not easy.
It's not easy to play with them, right? Nope. So when you find someone who can play with them, even though he's, you're right, he's a 15 goals a season guy, but he can keep up and play with McDavid and Draisaitl. So power to him, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I really hope that. And I'm taking a look right now. Who would he be paired with, do you think?
Who's that? Who are we talking about?
Hogs.
He'll be on the third line. So let's just pull up their
third line.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's not anything more than a third line player, according to his resume at this point.
Because this team's old, right? Kerfoot, Riley, Marchessault, Stamkos, Forsberg, everyone's
31, 36, 35. They just got Maverick Bourque from Dallas. That's a bit of a coup for them. Ryan O'Reilly, 35. Jack Drury, 26. Ross Colton, 29. Kerfoot's 31, like you said. So he's part of he's their next wave of youth movement. So if he can grow with a Evangelista, who's more of a first and second line player now. Actually, let's go over to, if you go on Puckpedia, their depth chart actually has a lineup, a depth chart of where they're slotted. And he's on their fourth line with Kerfoot right now.
Oh, wow. With Kerfoot, though.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, with Kerfoot.
Yeah, you could do some damage.
You could.
It's
right?
a crafty. So Rob Blake's the GM there now, right?
Yeah.
So that's a crafty move. Evangelista's on the right wing.
You could get 20 goals a season with being paired with Kerfoot.
I bet you he'll score 15.
Yeah.
He could if he doesn't get injured. He's also in year 2 of 3, so he's in the middle of his contract. He's UFA after that. Same with Kerfoot. Yeah, and Kerfoot, he's crafty. I don't know who this Kamel guy is on their right wing. But, when Roman Jossi's out every other shift, and you got, Saros is still a good goalie, and Stamkos ahead of you.
Yeah,
although he's left wing, his minutes going to be limited. So he's got Stamkos and Forsberg, and then Ross Colton as the 3 wingers ahead of him. So he's going to get 12 minutes a night. He's going to get maybe 15. So he's going to have to earn. But he did earn it in that 24-goal season. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see if he can how he'll do. I always liked him. I thought he had more creativity in his draft year, and I thought him and Petey would be good together, and they played a little bit last year together, and I was like, finally, and I thought they did okay, but the sample size was too small for it. So,
and what's his name? Foot didn't really. I don't think he liked him.
Yeah, sure, and that's fair, right? Like that would have been the Tocchet season 2 years ago. Yeah. Was that the Jack Adams?
Liked him either.
Which is weird because he seems like he'd be a Tocchet type player. So for him to get, and then for the Twins to, anyways, who knows? Asset management at that point. But he's only 25.
I think the thing going against him the most is just his size. To be honest,
sure. Yeah, he's super strong though, right? Like he's
super strong,
fit, yeah.
Super strong. But he's not a big guy, right?
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to the next move of that day was getting Vancouver's own Brenden Gallagher. They retain 50% of their salary.
Oh, I love
for
this
only
trade.
for future considerations. So what's your thoughts on that deal?
I love the fact that, so basically what they're saying is we got him for half price and a bag of pucks.
Okay. Yeah.
And I love that. In a team where we want to be building character, right? Where we want people to have the right mentality when it comes to losing, right? When it comes to winning, playing the game right. Like our coach is there, right? Our upper management's like all that mentality is there. Gallagher is just a great little puzzle piece to bring in. He's one of those, I've talked about it many times, like those glue players that you need to have.
Yeah.
He is definitely one of those types of players. So having him at this stage of the rebuild, he's not going to be around when, he'll be 40 years old when this team is.
I'd be surprised if he lasted 2 years. Physically, he reminds me of Ryan Kessler when Kessler's body fell apart in Anaheim.
Yeah,
and I'm just going to read you what AI is summarizing his injuries: surgeries to his jaw and ankle, multiple broken fingers and hands, and ongoing lower body and hip issues. And so I think at 5'7" that he is. And the style he plays, his body's just going to give it out at some point. This is his 14th year in the league, right? So,
and he's only had 4 seasons that he has played a full season.
Right.
Every other season, it's been there's been some in the 70s, but 30 games, 50 games, 30
so that was
games,
his fourth,
50 games
since his fourth. Well, no, there was 2 in his middle. 82 and 82. He played all 82 in his middle. But yeah, it's the writing's on the wall for that poor guy, and I think it's great. I think bringing Brenden Gallagher is exactly the signature style of what the Twins and RJ said they were going to do, and resetting the culture and bringing guys who want to be here. And you know,
and at $3.25 million, like I'm like, I love it. Like, yes, you know,
to replace Höglander, who was probably going to get the same amount of minutes, but for the positive effect in the dressing room, I think it's nothing but
totally.
It's quite brilliant. It's quite for any ex-Vancouver born players. Let's count them out. So Morgan Riley, Kerfoot. Let's see real quick.
I don't know offhand.
I mean, Evander Kane, obviously. Yeah. Lucic just retired. I mean, Sam Reinhart. You're never getting Sam Reinhart. No. So it's picture perfect, right? It's a very economical contract, and it's the character that you want. You know, like you're probably gonna slap an A on his shirt, right? He was an assistant captain in Montreal, I believe, and that was part of it. Him playing in the playoffs or not playing in the playoffs. I think Ovechkin just dyed his hair silver. Like it's completely silver.
It's an interesting fella.
He was salt and pepper, but now, unless it's gone completely white, and maybe it is gone white.
Maybe it is.
That's crazy. Maybe
the dude is like 50 years old.
That's amazing. That might be his real hair color. It is completely white from this camera angle straight on. Anyways, yeah, it's perfect. So I love it. And he's just going to straight up replace Höglander. So I think it's all good there.
Yep.
Okay, so the infamous Guillaume Brisebois keeps coming back, and I must admit, I don't fully know the deal. There was a love affair with him at the beginning, and a bit of a battle, I think, to keep him. I think maybe from the Rangers or something like that. And he signs another 1-year deal with the Canucks. Let's just pull him up here. He's 28.
Is it really? How come he feels older than that?
This is Benning era, I believe. Like Benning era, like transactions. And they loved him and have kept him around. And I for the times he's been up, I mean, he seems like a good character, big sized defenseman, but it's kind of into the Christian Wolanin territory now, where he's a seasoned AHL vet who can't quite crack the bigs. So,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's, maybe they just want someone. Is he on a two-way?
No, I don't know. Let's see here.
Yeah, he's on a two-way. So,
yeah, he's Abbey bound, right?
Yeah. So maybe he's also just, if injuries come up and they need someone who can toe the line, right?
He is of the ilk of Alex Biega. Alex Biega and Guillaume Brisebois were being called up in and around the same time, right?
Yep.
And Biega kept sticking. Let's move on. Paul Cotter. What do you know about Paul Cotter?
I don't know anything about Paul Cotter.
Well, he was John Travolta's teacher in that TV show.
Oh, yeah.
You can always say, welcome back, Cotter.
Welcome back, Cotter.
I remember him from Jersey, third line, and I have this thing, certain third lines in certain teams, Jersey being one of them, I'd say Dallas, I'd say Colorado, are notorious for having really good third lines. They find these character guys, and for the amount of games I watched with Jersey and him, I was like, I remember his name. I don't remember him being much more than a third line sort of grinder, but have you seen his hands? The dude's got hands. Yeah, he scored some nice deaky Petey type goals as a third liner. Like he's got he's a bit of a slick Rick. So nice little tidy work. Now he's a 1-year deal, $2.1 million, 2.15.
Yeah,
along with what's that?
Good filler piece.
Yeah, and he really wants to be here. And he's, the 1-year deal, as we talked about in the last episode, full credit to Thomas Drance for this working theory of signing short-term deals and then announcing to other clubs that you'll retain half if they become some sort of an appealing trade piece come deadline time. So that, for me, is a great signing. I was just watching his YouTubes and confirmed. I think I saw it when the trade happened. I'm like, that guy Guy's got some moves. Perfect. Okay, so the next one, July 1st. This is July 1st signings. Luke Schenn, returning for his how many times?
Third time. Welcome back, Luke.
Welcome back. Which is the Welcome Back Cotter theme song.
Welcome back, Cotter. Welcome back. Yeah, that's what Luke Schenn should be singing to him, right?
Okay, thoughts on Luke Schenn returning to the fold?
Yeah, he's just a solid, all-round, decent player. We had him. When did we have him? We had him in 18, 19. And then 21 to 23.
So of which he won 2 Stanley Cups, leaving us. Is I'm not sure that's 100% true, but he won a cup
with the Predators, wasn't it? No,
it was with Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay. Right after he left us, he won a cup with Tampa Bay.
And then came back and in fact, I was a little cheesed off that we didn't. He went to Buffalo from Winnipeg. What? I believe I got that right. But I was like, man, Luke Schenn. We should try and get him back. And sure enough, lo and behold, who knows? But he is a former Kelowna Rocket, right? So he has ties here. I would imagine that his, I would say maybe wife has ties to Kelowna. He says he spends the summers in Kelowna anyways.
Yeah.
So,
and he's 2.25 mil. Right D, right hand D. He's a D3 basically.
Yep.
Big boy, 225. So I got no problem. He's 36. He's sort of coming up to that ending of your career as a defenseman. And depending on how you play the game, I guess. But so maybe he wants to wrap up his career here. But I don't have a problem with this move just because we're not overpaying. It's a character guy, he's a good guy, and the price is decent, it's good price. So I have no problems keeping him and utilizing him in what we need right now, which is it's not that we need more defense, it's that we need defensemen that are going to assist the guys in their development, right? Really help them out. Luke Schenn's been on a losing Canuck team before. He's been in a bad dressing room before. He's been on Stanley Cup winning teams. He knows what it takes. So having a guy like that come in and really just holding that room together is, for a season or for 2 seasons, if he can put those little seeds and water them and just get them growing, then I'll pay I'd pay $4 million for that, to be honest, and which we're doing with it's $5 million for Jamie, but I'm no problem with that whatsoever, because that's what these youth need, right? And with all due respect, Derek Forbert is not. I mean, he's an okay player. I don't think he's ever won a Stanley Cup.
No.
And I don't think that he's ever, he's been, I'm trying to think. I don't think he's been on a really shit team.
Yeah.
Culture wise. Maybe LA near the end of when LA just sort of maybe. But anyway, my point being, he's not really the guy that Luke Schenn is, even though he's in that age range, right? We still need some D that are going to be reasonably priced and mentors for the youth, right? So I'm happy. I'm very, very happy with getting Luke Schenn in, and just for what he brings and his price point.
Yeah, and I agree. I think I've loved when Schenn's been with us, because he was such a prime pick for the Leafs. was it 5th overall, and he never developed. And how, like, the way that the Toronto media hyped him every hockey night in Canada, et cetera, et cetera. You're waiting for Schenn to break out, but he was never going to be what they projected him to be, some offensive, 50, 60 point guy and crushes you in the corner. He's turned more into a great character, great, super tough as nails defenseman. And did you see his fight with Oleksiak?
Yeah.
He's fought him, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, just toe-to-toe crazy. One sad thing about Luke Schenn is he'll never set the NHL record for most NHL teams, held by Mike Sillinger. How many teams has Luke Schenn played for?
Oh, geez. 1, 2, 3, 5. I want to say 5, but I feel like I'm missing like 1 or 2 seasons.
He's played for 10 teams.
Is he really? Yeah. 10 teams? 10. Wow.
Canucks, Leafs, Flyers, Kings, Coyotes, Ducks, Lightning, Predators, Jets, and Sabres.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
He was with the Ducks?
Yeah.
For what, like a minute?
Let's see. How long was probably trade deadline type thing. Let's see here.
How long was he with the Ducks?
8 games. Deadline deal from Eric.
8 games.
And then he got sent to the minors. Okay, so this is where the Canucks took a chance on him.
Yeah.
Is that after he went from the Leafs to the Flyers to the Kings, only played 43 games for the Kings, then got traded to Arizona, I'm assuming. 78 games, 64 games, then got traded to, that was the whole next year. He started with Anaheim, played 8 games, and then his career got resurrected in Utica.
Wow.
So he went down to San Diego with the Ducks, got traded to the Canucks, 7 games with the Utica Comets, 18 up with the Canucks, then back down to Syracuse, and then got traded to the Lightning. Or maybe got 10 teams. But I think this probably is his last stop, which is great. Yeah. I love it. So he was teammates with Tyler Myers.
Yeah.
I was going to say Alex Edler, but it was beyond his era.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't quite find it here, but interesting. So Kelowna is home, and that's as are for a lot of, and at 2.25, it is only 2.2% of the cap.
Yeah.
So it is
That's awesome.
Great. So a great deal there. So so next is, and I have never heard of this guy, Akil Thomas. What do you know about Akil Thomas?
Well, the Canucks got him. That's about all I know. Has he signed with them?
Yeah, he signed a deal. He's a 1-year deal, $900K. And so I had to pull up his highlight reel on YouTube, and I'm telling you, he is Lekramaki light, except with a stockier body. Let me pull him up here. He is listed at 6 foot, 194 pounds, so I think he's way stockier than Lekramaki. But his shot is almost, if you mixed a Besser,
he was with the Kings, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was on the World Juniors.
Yeah.
2020, I think he scored the tournament winning, or one of the game winning goals there.
Yeah.
That was his big highlight. But his shot's deadly in the slot. So as a third line, you got Besser, Lekramaki, now you've got Thomas. They're almost all identical players.
Yeah.
They're probably not real fast. He looks stronger than Lekramaki, and Besser's strong, obviously. But yeah, that's that Akil Thomas 1-year deal. Now the next one, I have no idea who this player was. Trey Fix-Wolanski. I had to pull him up and he looks like a little Tyler Mott type player. I don't know much past that, but that's what he looks like. We'll get to the next big signing, which is literally a big man. How big is Oleksiak? Let's see.
Oh man, he's huge. He's like
he is listed
6'6" or something.
Yeah, where's his? He's on his name.
Darn big boy.
6'7", 251 pounds. So in the I thought maybe the Big D experiment was over. With Forbort was 6'4". I saw him listed at different sizes, but I saw him listed at 6'4". Yeah. Obviously, had the Desharnais experiment failed, the Tyler Myers experiment finally went the right way by sending him to Dallas. Who else? The big defenseman.
Oh, and Dallas hated that. Like the fans were just so mad.
Yeah, Marcus Pettersson was tall, but it was really post the playoff series against the Oilers where we got Desharnais, we had Myers, Forbert. I'm missing one more, I believe. But I called it Operation McDavid. If you could get a stick or a piece of McDavid flying by, you're going to slow him down, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Never happened because the Canucks started to really stink after that. But 6'7", 251 pounds. And when Seattle actually got him, I thought, man, that's exactly the kind of defenseman I'd love to have. And lo and behold, how long has Seattle been around for?
Oh, I don't know now. 5 years, 6 years. No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 complete seasons. So he's been there for 5 years. He was an expansion pick, and I thought, we got him 5 years later. So I don't mind that at all. I think it's wonderful.
And again, the price hit is perfect.
And
for,
he is
for what
movable.
we're looking at.
And for a 2-year deal, culture, his sister's an Olympian. I think he's a good character guy from everything I've seen. He's 33, so he's... he's very movable too, right? These short-term deals, and I think we're going to see a lot more of these shorter deals, especially moving forward. All right, let's get to one of the bigger ones. So we traded one of the Petterssons. I made the mistake in my fog brain of the last 2 weeks of I texted my Canucks chat, and I said any Pettersson can go. And my buddy Jazz goes, except for DPD. And I said, oh, yes, of course. I'm not trading DPD. So Marcus goes, and for a first-round pick.
I know.
What the crap? I mean, let me see if we can pull up what it actually is. I saw protected, top 10 protected, but I don't know for sure. Anyways, for a conditional first-round pick, we'll goggle this. And see what it says here. Oh, Mike Sullivan. From Pittsburgh. Okay, so there's a Pittsburgh connection there, so that's good.
Yep.
Let's see here. Pettersson, he's 30, so he was outside the window for sure. I'm not seeing any details. It doesn't really matter. I fully approve of this deal. He for the first year he came, he was awesome. The next year, which was last year, he was terrible. Like literally terrible. I don't know what happened, if he had an injury or something like that, but I appreciated him coming. I didn't like the first round draft pick that we gave up for him, but we got a first round draft pick back. So that is okay by me.
No, I am totally okay with that.
Right. Thomas signed, so Fix-Wolansky signed. So then next on July 2nd, another person I've never heard of, Matthew Steinberg. And I was telling you before we started recording, I had to pull him up also on YouTube. And last year he fought Nikita Zadorov, and I would say he won the fight. Like, he's 6'1", and Zadorov is not 6'1", and he looked to have gotten the better of him. Now, Zadorov may argue the point, but looks to me that he got the better of him. So,
and again, when you were looking at movable pieces that can come in, bounce around at. This guy is still on his entry level, isn't he? Like, he's only at 850.
Yeah, it's going to be I think he's 25.
Yeah, he's 25. So he's
he's
still got another year and a bit.
He's just, actually last year was his first year. Yeah, entry at age 24.
Yeah. Just like, what's his name?
But he only played 8 games, so he's a minor league call-up.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, what's his name? I gotta find it now.
In losing Douglas and losing Kane, nice addition to replace some toughness.
Yep.
Oleksiak, tough. Steinberg, tough. Let's see here. Let me just pull this all up here on the depth chart here. I'm not even sure where he's going to fit. Gallagher will give you toughness. I think Cotter's a little bit tough, I believe. Schenn, Oleksiak. So we're good for toughness there, right? Yep. So we're good. Do you have the Puckpedia, the depth chart handy? I'm just going to go over that now.
Okay. Give me a sec, I can get it.
Yeah, just go to the Vancouver page and it's, you scroll across the top there and.
Okay.
So if you look,
lineups or depth chart.
Yeah, depth. Go to the depth chart. So look who's in the press box.
Sasson, Ratu. My boy.
So I
and
think
Mancini.
Well, Mancini is also a casualty in that. I don't love that he's there. He's 24. He's still going to mature, so he's got some time. I'd rather him play. I love the toolbox that he's got, but I think that Heedle's not going to be long for this game. I think that if we get 15 games out of him, Sasson. So then you can have the Sasson, Ratu, maybe Gallagher rotation, maybe Cotter. Because right now they have Coots making this team, but what do you think? So there's the sum parts of what has happened in the last. Well, it's July 6th today. What's your thoughts?
It saddens me that if you're not going to play Aturati, put him down in the A so that he can keep developing. He's got some good.
He's elite. He's elite face-off.
Yeah, he's amazing face-off guy. He's got some good basic skills, and if we can just work a little bit on his
foot speed,
right? But you're not going to get better or faster if you're sitting in the press box,
right? So
it really saddens me to see that this guy who has great potential is and who knows, maybe they'll maybe Malhotra is going to be like, hey, I need this guy on the ice because I know that if I can keep him skating hard and engaged in the games and going, he's going to be a threat. But if he's sitting in the press box, he's not going to grow. It's I mean, if you want him in the press box because he's not, his hockey IQ is pretty average, I'd say.
Okay.
He's not, it's not super high. He's just an average hockey IQ guy. So if you want to put him in the press box to get him identifying where the puck's going, how it's moving, where to go next, get him doing video type stuff.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that ish.
Yeah.
But not for long periods of time, and not at losing the ability to get out on the ice and really work on his foot speed and develop it and work it, right? If you're not skating, you're not getting better at skating. Right?
Yeah.
And practice is one thing, but game hockey, that's the ultimate workout, if you will, right?
Yeah.
When you're on the ice and you're in a game and you're giving it, you're going way more than you are just in a practice. Even if you're going all out in a practice, when you hit that ice and you go hard in a game, that blows you skating as hard as you can in a practice out of the water. So that's what he needs. He needs to work on his skating, and the only way to do it is to give him ice time, get him playing, and that's where it's at. Now, his hockey IQ stuff, I mean, you can do that off ice, right? You can be working his video. You can, get him figuring out where he needs to be, where he needs to move, and what he needs to be doing. But man, if you can transition him and that face-off ability into something where he's got some, even if he only has some explosive, if you can just get his short explosive skate ability out, win the face-off, blow by someone, pick up a pass, and start the breakout or whatever. I don't know, great potential, and it saddens me that if we sit him, we're gonna lose out on his development.
Yeah, I was just comparing him to Horvat had to improve his skating as well. I'm just trying to see how old he was, because Ratu is now 23. And I think I'm trying to find how old Horvat was, but Horvat is over 200 pounds. And Ratu is under 200 pounds. And Ratu is taller than Horvat by maybe even a couple inches. And so it's not because he looks really heavy when he skates, Ratu. And so did Horvat, until he got improvement with the skating coach. And I'm just trying to find what year it was.
Well, that was during the pandemic for Horvat.
Yeah, so I think it was the 20. Well, it even said the 2014. Let's see here, I'm trying to.
2014 was when he got drafted, wasn't it?
I'm just trying to see here.
Or when he first started playing was
the Canuck
2014.
Way.
And then during the COVID, he went with his skating. He went all in with his skating coach, and basically just did nothing but worked on his skating during COVID.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing some of that there. Interesting enough, in the article, Luke Schenn credits Adam Oates for reviving his career, who also was Horvat's personal skill tutor and coach, getting him close to the 50 goal pace when we traded him. That's interesting. Yeah, I think that Hedl he's a hit or two away from being completely
I'm surprised
obliterated.
he's still even phantoming playing in the NHL, to be honest. I mean, I guess I know you're going to do what you got to do type thing, but man, that last hit, that hit shouldn't have. It should have, anyone else that would have been like, oh, I'll go to the quiet room, and 15 minutes later, come out, I'm good.
Yeah,
and
totally.
And for him, it was, okay, my season's over.
Yeah.
So it's at the point where it's like, I really feel for him, because if all you know is hockey and that gets taken away, and now you're dealing with a mental injury, that can go sideways and go dark really easily if you don't have the proper supports and in place.
Yeah.
So I'm really I feel for him that way, I'm like, man, I hope I understand why he wants to keep playing. I do. Because not playing is a hell of a lot scarier. But I'm just like, dude, who was it that it was, Philadelphia guy?
What, Lindros?
Lindros, yeah. They basically told him, one more hit and, you might be eating out of a straw type thing, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you're not too far from that.
Yeah.
So,
and I see both sides, and it just and what sucks is he's actually a really decent player when he's in.
Yep.
And you just you're fearing for his life as you're watching him. So I think that
he plays a risky game too, whereas his head's down a lot, and he's not. He does stuff where he's puts himself in high risk situations.
Yeah.
But that's his game, because he makes some amazing plays happen in those high risk situations where you're just like, that was sick.
Yeah.
And then other times you're like, he just got laid out, and oh my goodness. So
So I think there's that's the movement there. Gallagher, Sasso, and Ratu. We'll see how that goes. We still have $17 million in cap space.
Yep.
We have 8 contract spots available. Our active roster is full at 23. So I think we're kind of done-ish. I don't know how Abbotsford looks for their depth, but probably a little bit more movement. Is there anything that you would have liked to have seen them do that maybe another team got instead? With what's been happening with the movement so far?
No, to be honest, I love what they've done. They've done some really good moves, really smart. They're they're not picking up guys for, if you look at everyone they picked up, they're all 1-2 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, thank you. Let's not do those Jake, with all due respect, Jake DeBrusk for, a 6-7 year deal, right? Putting them at 36 years old when it's up or whatever. I'm like, no, this team doesn't need that right now. And what it needs is guys like Brenden Gallagher, who will come in on, a really good salary cap hit, maybe to give you 2 seasons and start to set the culture. So I'm glad with what they've done. They've picked up some muscle so that the kids at least aren't going to get bullied around, right?
Yep, they've insulated them with some muscle.
With
culture.
Some culture.
Look, Schenn wants to be here.
Yep.
Oleksiak signed. Cotter signed. He says he really wants to be here.
Yep.
That's 3, 4, 5 guys that is going to help set the tone, right? And Coots, he's dying to get on the team. He's desperate, to make an impact at camp. So they have no choice other than to bring him up, either Abbotsford or Canucks. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think that it's solid work so far.
And I don't think anything else out there. Everything else was either going to be way too expensive, way too long, too much term. And I'm like, no, I think what they've done is really the best thing that they could do. And I'm actually quite I give them a solid A for what they've done so far since they've taken control of this team.
Yeah. And we still got a couple of buyouts that we're paying out. OEL, $4.7 million not to play for us. It's ridiculous, unbelievable. I don't know if that's the worst. As we had Bick Nazar on from Sportsnet saying that by far that's the worst trade in Canucks history. Yeah, it's definitely top 3. The only other thing is maybe have traded Demko. It's the only other thing that they could have done that would have been.
They can't.
Right,
No one's picking them up. No one's
if they're
grabbing
going to have a wish list.
Yeah, no one. I mean, what they could have done was traded Lankinen.
Then you have no goalie.
Well,
Tolopilo, right? Tolopilo. Demko. Then you still need a third goalie. So Patera's gone. So,
but anyway, I mean, they actually have to. They gotta bring 3 goalies because if Tolopilo goes down, I think
you know who has a goalie to spare is Edmonton.
No.
I'm sure they'll send us one of their goalies.
No, we don't want one of their goalies.
My goodness, what a ridiculous thing.
We have 3 goalies. We're good. Edmonton has crap
4
goalies. How come
goalies?
they keep doing the same thing with their goalies? How come they keep bringing in these reclaim guys who you're just sitting there going they're all the same goalies.
It's unbelievable.
Like Jari, Anderson, Ingram, they're all exactly the same.
That's crazy.
And it's and what do you none of those guys are going to get you into and successfully through the playoffs, to be honest.
I wonder what McDavid is thinking. I can't even imagine.
I don't know.
Unreal. Anyways,
he's probably sitting there thinking, only 2 more years.
Well, technically a year and a half because if they don't move him. So, hey, real quick. At $104 million total salary cap, and Petey makes 11. Are you still trying to move Petey?
Yeah. Trying to move Petey.
Are you actively trying to move him?
No, not right now. If someone, I'm listening. If someone wants to come to me and say, "Hey, here's what we want to do," but I'm gonna be overpricing him. Yeah. Right now, and let's see how he does. If he can, come back and up his own value, and then maybe because he's got no movement clause and stuff.
Yep.
So maybe he turns around and becomes really good, becomes really good, but you know what I mean. Has a really solid season. and sees an opportunity to go, hey, look at I don't know, Nashville. I was thinking maybe Nashville's got enough cap space, but I don't know if they do. I don't think they do. But here there's a team that is pretty close to getting into the playoffs and being successful in the playoffs, and maybe he wants to go and make an opportunity for the cup. I don't know. Maybe he's very. I have a feeling, and I hope I'm not right, but I have a feeling that he is very much a complacent hockey player. He just does what he has to do and doesn't feel he needs to do more than that, and that's it. And that's just a feeling I get, like when I'm watching him and everything. I'm just thinking, like, he looks like he just plays hockey as a job.
I'll go one further on that exact same thought. I'll say that hockey is easy for him. But when hockey gets hard, he just doesn't try.
Yeah.
And it's the problem with being uber talented. You never learn how to work hard because the game's easy for you. And when it gets going tough, you have no tools. You have nothing to draw upon. You say, I remember when I suffered that slump. And I think he's just so ridiculously talented. Like, his shot is ridiculous. Like, you're even watching first 2-3 seasons of him, like his skating, his deking, his shot,
everything,
ridiculous. His vision, his agility to maneuver and make a ridiculous pass. That some of the falling down passes to Besser and early on. I just think that he has no idea how to work hard.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just looking at his stats, and as a reminder, like I was thinking while you're talking, that like, if he gets to 80 points, then that's a salvageable. His cap hit is only 11% now of the cap.
Yep.
It's not outrageous. I've tweeted a couple times. It's not outrageous anymore. It's actually, with the offer sheet for Karlsson being $18 million. He is almost that's 60% of that, So if the best player, and I told you a few episodes ago that McDavid will be flirting with 20 to 22 million, and the natural reaction is like, get out of town. But Quinn Hughes is going to sign for 15, 16, maybe even 17 million, because Makar's going to sign for 18 million. So when Bowen Byram, remember I said he's going to sign for 12? He signed for 12 and a half for 7 years. How much does McDavid make? 12 million. Yes. Yep. So it's all based on the percentage. It's not the number anymore, right? So that's why Luke Schenn
has got the most cap space right now.
That I don't know, but you make a good point. Is that when back in the day, with Sid and Ovechkin being the top players, Stamkos signed a contract that was so close to them. You're like, well, that doesn't make any sense, because respectfully, since Gretzky
broke the mold.
Well, when the salaries were announced, and that, it was actually a very interesting point I saw in a video somewhere about the GMs did not want the salaries published. And Jeff Courtnall signed for his $400,000 at the time, which is how much Gretzky was making. It's like, you make as much as Gretzky. So the players want transparency on the number. But the point I'm making is that in the salary cap era, everyone can have an $18 million player. You just have to choose to. So it's not about you're not worth it, or you don't deserve it, or McDavid should make the most. It's every team's got a budget, and every team can choose what they can spend up to the cap, and they can have they want to have two $18 million players to make $36 million. That's their prerogative, right? So
here you go. You ready?
Yeah.
Philadelphia Flyers currently have $29 million of cap space.
Philadelphia?
Yep. Chicago Blackhawks have $29 million of cap space.
Wow.
Pittsburgh Penguins have $24 million cap space.
Okay.
I wonder if these teams are just getting ready.
Well, the other offer sheet dropped soon is Mintyukov, the Ducks defenseman. So we can talk about that in a minute too. But
Calgary Flames $22 million, Blue Jackets $21 million,
right.
Detroit Red Wings $18 million.
Right. So that's surprising. I thought they'd have more. So you would or would not be actively trying to trade him because you still need a body now.
Pedersen,
whether PD
actively, no,
no. You still need a center.
If someone came to me and said, "Hey, we're gonna,"
it's got to blow your socks off a little bit.
Yeah, then I'm like, "All right, well, let's talk." But right now, unless I'm going to caveat this, unless he is a cancer in the room, unless he's his unwillingness to work hard, to do what needs to be done to play the game and play it right, becomes such an issue that these, and I'm not saying that it impacts the younger players in a way where they're like not trying, but like if Coots is like, what the fuck, what's up with the, how come he doesn't even skate hard? You know what I mean? Like if they start questioning his work ethic, then I'm going to turn around and go, you know what? This isn't working. We don't need you here because we're trying to build something. And
good luck.
If everyone's looking at you and going, you're the problem, then guess what? You're the problem. So,
in the summer,
pick your 10 teams and you're done.
So Chris Higgins alluded to that. He said that without saying the name, that you got to come in shape, otherwise we don't want you here.
Yep.
The Twins have danced around that a little bit. Did you catch Teddy Bluger's comments this week?
This week, no.
Yeah. Okay. So Teddy Bluger goes on a media call when he signed with the Leafs, and listen to what he said here. He says, this is a quote. He said, the importance of team cohesion, cultures type stuff, what makes a team tick, what makes the guys come together, play their best. The goal for any team is to get to a point where you find a balance of guys caring about each other enough where they're willing to sacrifice themselves for the good of the team. It was the kind of stuff I took for granted early in my career with Pittsburgh, with Sid, setting the tone with practice habits, discipline of showing up on time, being respectful to each other, to the trainers, to the staff. There was a lot of inference, and people are looking at that and said that, wait a second, someone in Vancouver wasn't showing up on time, wasn't being respectful to the trainers, and wasn't being respectful to the staff. So, okay, Miller's been gone for a bit. I don't think that's Hughes. Can you imagine that's Quinn Hughes they're talking about?
No, he always, well, maybe.
You think he would be disrespectful?
I don't think so. No.
So who else are we talking about then? Like like this feels kind of damning to Petey.
Yep.
And as I tweeted out when I saw this, my tweet was, I don't have many inside sources, but one of them that I do have as an inside source said to me that, hey, Rob, because I was talking about Pedersen specifically about, isn't this guy amazing? And the comment back to me from someone who is definitely on the inside says, the trainer said to him, well, he's not our favorite Swede ever. And this was the training staff. And this was like 3.5, 4 years ago. This was before the Edmonton run. So this is 4 years ago.
Wow.
And so there is a problem, and this is directly on Petey. This is feedback from the training staff about Petey.
Yep.
Being disrespectful to them or being, rude or whatever. So Bluger just called it out in his little press conference. It was an interview at his house on a Zoom call. But there is a problem there, and
What did he say?
He said that he took for granted how Pittsburgh was on the leaders in the room. He said with Sid setting the tone, with practice habits, showing up on time, and being respectful to each other, the trainers, and to the staff.
Yeah. Okay.
So just take everything opposite of that, and that's what was happening in the Canucks room. That's crazy.
Wow.
You know, not even being professional, right? Like that you would think the bare minimum is being professional. So back to what you said and what I agree with is that Petey, you know, especially with a -30 on his stats this year, you know, where's the, you know, I don't even care about his block shots. I could give 2 rips about Petey's block shots. A -30 and the effort to look like, and maybe he physically couldn't. You know, we've both talked about, is there an ankle problem? I think that we're on to something. I mean, we could be totally wrong, but I think that his ankles have blown and he physically can't get there anymore. And he was a -30. Like that's insane.
It is.
You know, so
thank you for watching Canucks Only.
Going on about how amazing his defensive play is.
Oh, yeah, please. At a -30, you know, he took his plus minus to, he's a +16 for his career. He was a +46 before that. He was a +46.
Wow.
Before last year. It's so. Am I actively moving him? I'm definitely listening to everything that Cummings. You know, I think that the time for us trying to move him is probably done.
Yeah.
I think that they like you said, they need to have a good offer come back to them.
Yeah.
For it to make sense. But
if he's a cancer, you just gotta.
You got to eat it.
You got to eat the contract.
I would rather let him languish on the third line, give him third line minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I actually have a single question: has anyone talked to his parents? Like, who's going to get through to him really at this point?
Yeah,
it's really literally only his parents.
Well, you know? We don't even know what the relationship with his parents is like.
And that's 100% true. Like
he might be, you know, he might be just as rude and privileged at his parents as he is with everyone else. So.
Totally. And that's just, you know, as a last ditch effort. I mean, what else? What other cards do you have to play? It's ice time. He's got his money.
Put him,
you know,
put him in the press box. Don't even let him play.
Oh wow, wouldn't that be something?
Oh yeah, I'd do that. I mean, before going to his parents and saying something, I'd throw him in the press box for 2 games.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even talk to him about it. He'd just be healthy scratch press box. Wouldn't even talk to him.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
you know. Because, like, the conversations, you can't tell me he hasn't had enough of the conversations. Right? Why do I have to? I wouldn't even have that conversation to explain it. Be like, dude, everyone has had this conversation with you.
Right.
You should have seen this coming. Guess what? You're sitting 2 games. Like, I wouldn't even tell him that. It would just be, you know, and in the press box is Petey. Well, and second game in the press box is Petey.
Yeah. Isn't that would be awesome. I mean, awesome if it worked and you're getting the same result either way, right? Then you get Sasson and Ratu in, and wouldn't that be something, hey?
Yep. And imagine how much harder those guys would be playing knowing who they're in for.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I would, if there's an issue with him and it's making everyone else focus on him instead of playing hockey, I will very happily throw him in the press box. Take the noise out of the room.
Yeah. Like, put your best lineup out because he's not contributing as one of your best players. So, okay. Here's where we're going to go off the rails a little bit. I warned you a little bit before we started recording. Okay. $18 million a year offer sheet to Leo Carlsson. Okay, so real quick thoughts on that. Where's your head at with this? 1, the number, 2, the player, and 3, the offer sheet. Because now it seems that this is going to be an active weapon in teams' arsenal to try and to stir up business, to try and stir up their teams, right?
Yeah.
So where's your head at with that?
I don't know, man. Like, this is a guy, like, he, you know, the season before, he didn't even break 50 points. He got 67 points last year. Right? Did pretty good in the playoffs, is where he really sort of shined.
Yep.
He's still young. Like, I think this is like, and I don't like how the NHL sort of transitioned into this, where it's, and this is, we can bring this full circle back around to sort of PD too. We're paying for what the potential is. And do I see potential with him? Yeah, he's a decent player. Is he 18 million? Well, you just brought it up. Pettersson was what percentage of the cap hit? 11%. So that means that, he's going to be what, 18% of the cap hit?
Let's see here. So
thereabouts.
18 divided by 104. 17.3%.
Yeah. So it's it's still a pretty hefty chunk for a center, or he's center, right?
Yeah, number one center.
Number one center. But you're also, again, this isn't a pay me for what I've done. This is a pay me and hopefully I'll do what you need, right? So I don't know. I don't know if I'd risk it. Like, I don't know. Let me. If I had a team that was missing, number two center that could bounce into number one easily, like I can flip flop my ones and twos back and forth. So basically, let's say a C1A, right, instead of a C2, C1A, and I'm playoff bound. I got a solid team. Maybe I got the cap space, so I'm just at maybe that 19 million cap space. Maybe go for it then.
Okay.
But where the Canucks are right now, with what they're doing and what they are and what they need to do, this would be a move that wouldn't benefit anyone.
So, in the playoffs, he was almost a point a game. He played 12,
he was awesome in the playoffs.
12, and they beat Edmonton. So this Anaheim team. So there's a few things there. Anaheim was poised to be a little powerhouse along with San Jose. The next two young powers coming. As Colorado and Dallas are aging, Vegas is already old, but obviously effective. They were the two teams to worry about, but now effectively this as a weapon for another general manager, they've kind of like dynamited the Ducks.
Yeah,
they've gone duck hunting, and they're doing with dynamite and grenades. Anyways, so
and Philadelphia grabbed them, and Philadelphia's got the cap space, and Philadelphia's got a team that can utilize that C1A, and that has the opportunity to get to the playoffs and really benefit and use them. And like, even after signing him, they still have 29 million in cap space.
That's crazy.
Like, when you look at their team, they got a great little team there. A lot of these guys they're value, like Travis. I can't say his last name.
Konechny, I think.
Konechny, right? At like just under 9.
Talking about Philadelphia, Konechny?
Yeah, Konechny. Philadelphia. The Flyers.
Yeah.
Right? At just under 9, right? Kuchie just under 8. Tippett. Gates, like, who else am I trying to think of here?
Yeah, Forster's a good player.
Porter
Martone.
Yeah.
Michkov.
Zegras. Zegras.
Totally. Yeah.
Anyway, so like throwing him into that mix where like their top player right now is under $9 million and everyone else is is like, like half their team is under more than half their team, I think, is under 4 million.
Yeah, and Montreal and like Philly, if they with or without Carlson, everyone that's got their young talent locked up right now, I mean, Carolina's set too, right? It's going to be ridiculous. The next 5 years, them is going to be gravy. There'll be other teams that are struggling because as soon as that $18 million, like, oh, you're going to pay $18 million for the A player, not the A plus player, because the max salary is $20.5 million. You can go right now under this CBA and the salary cap. So it's not even the top salary you can give. You can have a $20 million player. It's just obviously the ladder has just shifted up a couple of floors, right? So it's everyone's going to go up. So this is the beginning of a new end, or the end of the end and a new beginning. But it's
so anyway. So I think he's for where he's going, and I would I do the same? Yeah, especially if I'm Philadelphia, and I'm like, this is a guy that. It's basically going to be frontlining our 5-year window, really.
Yeah, and there was some back chatter about the excuse me, the Cutter Gauthier trade, and this was like somehow a little bit deeper revenge for that. Well, I don't fully buy that. I think they're thinking a little bit too hard on that. But what would you do if you're Pat Verbeek, who is apparently notoriously cheap and grinds his players? And the quote that they dug up from Leo Carlson saying that he would have signed for 8 by 9.5.
Wow.
He would have signed if they had offered him. But Pat Verbeek is notorious as grinding down to the last, even $10,000 apparently. Like $1 million is a mile apart. And he, one of the players said, like, forget about it. If it's $10,000, like, you just have to give it up because Pat Verbeek is in it to win it. Yeah. And now, so I don't know if that's the reputation or if it's and part of this you have to realize is the agents driving this. The agents know about this loophole and probably feeding into the ears of the other GMs. And second of all, the way that they loaded the contract, it was like $17 million cash and $850 in salary. The next year was $17 million in cash, $850 in salary. The next one was $16 million in cash and $950 in salary.
Wow.
And so there was a third element where the Schneider family has the cash, and the Ducks may or may not, as we were talking about the Aquilinis, not having being liquid with cash. The Ducks need to have $17 million cash to pay out on if they sign him.
Yeah. Wow.
So that being said, if you're Pat Verbeek, knowing that you've got a bad reputation with the players and agents, you're I'd
be worried about my job.
Yeah, 100%. So and the compensation is 4 first-round draft picks, but Philly will finish higher in the standings, so they won't be
great picks.
They'll be around 14, 15, 16.
Yep. For a guy
for a guy who is going to be an A. If this was EA hockey, you've got your McDavid, say your McDrysaddle, your McKinnon, your McCarrs, your Kaprizovs, but then he's the next tier down. Right, so he's not an A plus. He's an A or an A minus.
Well, he was a number in his draft pick year. He was pick number 2.
Yeah.
So you traded pick number 2 for pick number
16
or higher.
Right.
Right. Like
actually, that's. I think Jay Fresh on X listed all of the top middle picks for the last I don't know how many years. It says pick 4 at random. Like, because Brock Besser was pick 16 or whatever, right? Or pick 20, whatever. And he's like, you pick 4 at random because you don't know what you're going to get. Some are hits, some are misses, right? To replace a Leo Carlson, who is a guaranteed now bona fide top 10, top 12 center in the league.
Yep.
So what do you do? Do you take the 4 or do you sign the player?
Well, if you can, I sign the player. And from the sounds of it, they could have.
And they still can.
Well,
he has 4 more days to do it.
So knowing Pat Verbeek, you think they're going to?
Well, like as you said, he Yeah, the 18 million is on the books. They may have on Puckpedia. He's on the books for 18.
Yes.
Did he sign it?
Looks like it. See, I'm reading this like it's signed.
Yeah, because he's
he's signed. He's signed with Philly. It's done.
No, he signed it, but the Ducks have 7 days to match.
So so they have 7 days to match.
Yeah, they've got till the 10th.
Yeah, because he signed on the 3rd. They're not going to match it. They're not going to match it.
So what would you do though?
If I was Verbeek?
Yeah.
I'd start phoning around, seeing if anyone's looking for a GM.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And learn your lesson to not to be such an a-hole when it comes to negotiations, I guess, right? So he's ground every tree to a stump, apparently. So, yeah. Okay, so there's the context. Now, here's the question. Here's the real question.
All right.
Do you know who else needs a new contract?
Who's
also in an entry-level deal, who is better than Leo Carlson?
Not off the top of my head.
Connor Bedard.
Oh, yeah, I did know that. Yep. That's right.
So, given this is a whole new wrinkle, like the offer sheets have been around for a long time, but no one's really gone for this caliber of player before. Now, the Canucks, in theory, possibly have the cap space. They could offer sheet Connor Bedard. It would cost them 4 first-round draft picks. Do you stick to your 5? Because that's a 5-year deal for Carlson. I would imagine that because also the salary cap is going up. After remember the 3 years we talked about? It's going to be 104, then I think 109, and then 114. It's Shylo, in year 4, it's going up again.
Wow.
They don't even know the number yet. So it's going to be around $120 million, the cap space.
Okay.
So in theory,
whatever you sign Bedard for now in 4 years is going to be middle of the row. Right.
So everyone's thinking about Bedard and also Celebrini hitting UFA, right?
Yeah.
So there is actually 2 roads here, and I'm curious in your thoughts. Given the Leo Carlson situation, now the Canucks do not have the full cap space, right? They got 17 million. They'd have to dump something, right? They'd have to, I don't know how they do it. They move Hedl or whatever. That gets them there. But you insert Connor Bedard into this lineup, and your rebuild is completely
Your window
different.
just went to like two, 3 years. Well, I wouldn't say to now. They don't have...
well, you're now competitive, but then you realize that, I don't know when his contract up, but Celebrini is also offer sheetable. You could eliminate the 7-year wait or 5-year wait till UFA for both of them, or you could wait that time, let them do their stuff with the next 5 years, or you could offer sheet both of them. I don't know if we have enough first round draft picks for it. Like, you would have no first round draft picks for the next 8 years. But you've got Celebrini and Bedard, and then the game has just changed. And I guarantee you that has to be a conversation in the war room right now. You know they want to come home. You know that they're the two of the best players in the league right now, 2 of the top 6 players. And the Vancouver boys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how it could actually logistically work, but it's got to be a conversation. And in fact, I tweeted that yesterday, I believe, and I'm starting to see the videos on YouTube with it. I'm seeing Bedard in the Canucks uniform in some of the, I think it's Lego Rocks and whatever, one of the Canuck channels.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm too far off of being. I don't think I'm that wrong in that it's an exploratory conversation. Or you give them both the 5 years, like they're going to sign a 5-year deal, and they're going to take their chance with the cup somewhere, whether it's Chicago and San Jose, respectively, for those teams, or a different team. But if Philly has that kind of cap space, why wouldn't they offer sheet Bedard next at 20.5? If they're willing to do it for Leo Carlson, you insert Bedard into that Philly lineup right now.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Right? So the game has just changed. Now, I think that probably waiting is better. I think that we're probably stretched too thin for losing potentially. When is Celebrini's contract up?
2027. July.
So at the end of 27. So he's got another year.
July 27.
Right. So he's got this year, and then he's RFA.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be offer sheetable next year. That's what I thought.
Yes. Yeah. He will be.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it, because that is a very interesting wrinkle, and would completely blow up the Sharks. And I bet you people are now going to be targeting, like they'll try and sign Bedard. Celebrini. But Bedard needs a new contract right now. It's wacky.
He doesn't have a contract right now.
Right.
He's restricted free agent right now.
So that was a long build up to get to that question, but it is. There's no right or wrong answer on that, because if there was a way, and all of a sudden it's almost like when Austin Matthews went to Toronto and they had a 1-year rebuild. Oh, boo-hoo, it's sad for you. And you get Austin Matthews, and all of a sudden you're legit again, because you had one bad year. Anyways, it's
it's
a thing.
It would be a. I mean, imagine. Would you need the next 8 years of first round picks,
knowing that you've got two generational talents?
You had Connor Bedard and Macklin Celebrini. Probably not.
No.
Right? Like, I would, if someone said, hey, do you want to make a trade and it's going to be this for these guys? And knowing the cap's going up as well.
Yeah.
Right now is the best time to lock them in for long term.
And it's not like we're just some team. We're the team they want to play for.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would definitely be worth the conversation. Yes. Yeah. I would look at the possibility of doing it for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be more that would need to be looked at and addressed in that.
You need your capologists, and then whatever the overlap of the four draft picks. Yeah. That would be the technicality where you don't have enough picks to do it.
Bedard, Macklin Celebrini, and Brock Besser on a first line.
And then you keep Jake, and you keep Besser, and you've got Lekramaki, and then this, what's his name, Thomas now? They killed Thomas. You've got snipers, and then you've got Coots. I mean, sorry, not Coots, you got Cotter as a sniper.
And then it doesn't matter if you put Pettersson in the press box.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, that would be sick. If they could pull that off, then I would say that this is the all-time best management team that the Vancouver Canucks have ever seen, and that's saying a lot considering how much love I have for Pat Quinn, and
Brian Burke,
Gillis, and
Gillis,
sorry?
okay, Gillis, Burke. I was gonna say Brian Burke.
Yeah,
not so much. Not as much.
Berkey too. I put him third, right?
Okay.
So right now it would be. I'm would I put Gillis before Pat Quinn? No, Quinn, Gillis, Burke in that order.
Reverse. I would put Gillis third, only because I think he got a little lucky on a couple of them, but. Okay, I love his innovation. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be lucky, right? You got to be good to be lucky.
It's true.
But anyway, so I mean, those are my top three guys, right? If this management team pulled that off and got Bedard and Celebrini
in 2 years succession.
In 2 years on fucking offer sheets for 8 first-round picks. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, you guys just won
like GM of the year,
GM of the next 8 years. Like, it would be.
And again, it's if you're Philadelphia, like, hey, Connor Bedard, come to us, and Vancouver goes, hey, Connor, look what we got. He's like, he has to choose where he signs.
Yep.
He chooses. Like, Leo Carlsson signed a deal with Philly. Like, he chose them. There was 3 other teams that had offer sheets ready for Leo Carlsson.
Yep.
So if there's 10 teams with offer sheets and Vancouver's one of them,
yep,
guess who he's picking?
Yep.
Like, it's
especially if you're sitting down with them and you're going, hey, look, we're giving you this offer sheet, and we're going to try and do the same thing for Celebrini next year.
Right. Exactly.
And he goes, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And they're like, no, we're going to try and do the same. We got the space. We got the money. We got the picks. We're going to try and do this again next year for Celebrini. And he's going to be like,
he took it a little bit further. Like, in my own mind, I was just going with the straight logic of it, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you sit down, you tell them the plan, because that would be the plan.
Yeah.
And
then he's going to Celebrini. He's going, dude, they're gonna offer sheet you. Just hold out and wait. Like, don't sign nothing. Just wait, and then you can come play with me. And look at this team that they're building already. Which
was the dream scenario at UFA in 5 years from now.
Yep.
But this, as a weapon,
and the
offer
rebuild's
sheet,
done.
It's done. We had
all we need now is a goalie.
And if you somehow, like, you go to Demko and say, Demko, you're too hurt to play ever, and you got 8.5 million more.
Yeah.
So that's now 26 million. Like,
yep, you can pretty much get any goalie out there.
Well, and then the next year, how much cap room do they have? They have cap projections. Next year, the 27-28 year, they have 52 in cap space. 52 million.
Yep.
52 million.
Yep. That's going to be,
I think it's worth the wild stab to try it.
That would, like I said, if they could pull that off, best GMs, not only in Canuck history, that would be like the ballsiest moves ever.
And why? So you could wait the 5 years, and the 6th year for Celebrini. UFA doesn't cost you any of that, right?
Do it now.
You could do it now. It would stretch. It stretches a little thin, but talk about reinvigorating the fan base, like the instant insanity.
You would see the arena seasons tickets sell out like almost like within days. Sell out.
Yeah, and he can raise the prices at that point.
Yep.
Because it would be half of Celebrini's family and Bedard's family in the stands anyway. So
I might even buy some seasons if they offer sheet Bedard and he signs. I'm going to phone you up and I'm going to be like, you and I are going halfers on some seasons tickets.
Yep.
Let's do this now because this is going to be sick. And then that's what we're going to do.
Isn't that crazy?
Actually, we should talk about that anyway.
Yeah.
But
well, there you go. I mean, that's where I've been muddling this through in my head. I'm like, wait a second, because we've been waiting for Bedard and Celebrini, and you're fearful that they're going to sign an 8-year deal and get to UFA, and then you get a 27 and a 28-year-old or a 28 and a 29-year-old Bedard and Celebrini. You get them in their absolute youthful prime, and Celebrini's already tearing it up. Goodness gracious. I mean,
yeah.
Anyways, a boy can dream. So let's leave it at that, and we'll see what happens. But if it has to be on the table in the war rooms, like, hey, well, we all know they want to play here, which means we have the advantage over every other team in the league. So, enough said.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, I was sort of at first. I'm like, I don't know, man. No, I don't think so. But when you look,
all you have to do is go back in 20 years and 30 years of tracking our first round draft picks, and say, hey, where have we picked? Who have we picked? It's a crapshoot, anyways, right?
Mm-hmm. So these are two guaranteed game changers,
right?
And like they're buddies. You get them working together on the plan as well.
Yeah. So I'm now excited about this. I'm like, all right, let's go. All right, I'm going to phone up the Sedins here and get off the call with you, and we're going to have a little conversation. I guess I don't know if the home team, if they have the choice to match, and so I think that is the only wild card in this. Is I'm just thinking this through the last little bit of it. So they have a choice to match, but so they could usurp the whole thing, but.
They could.
It also screws their cap.
Okay, hold on. Let's take a look here. I was just taking a look at their cap space right now. They could easily do something to sign them on.
Yeah.
They got lots of room. Canucks don't have so much unless they did some.
Yeah, so the Ducks have basically first right of refusal. Mm-hmm. So you'd have to offer the max at 20.5 for both of them.
Yeah.
Celebrating probably a little bit more because the cap will be up by then.
Yeah.
But
offer them the most.
Yeah. And then you can have PD as a fourth line center.
No, he's still up in the press box.
Oh my gosh.
If he's that problem, right?
Yeah.
And if he's not, and it's just injuries or it's just, a passion thing, because passion that doesn't mean that you're a cancer.
Yeah.
Right? You might play the game, but you don't have the passion for it anymore. That might come back. Like, that's okay. I'll keep you playing. You can drop down to third, fourth line. But if you're, if you're the guy that everyone's talking about, and you're the reason that, there's some negativity in the room, I got no problems putting you in the press box. Yeah. I don't care how good you are, to be honest. Like, if it was, I would do the same to be honest, do the same to Connor McDavid if he had that much of a drop off and was very negative in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go sit too. That's one of the reasons why, what's his name is one of my favorite players. I can't even think his name. He's so much my favorite player. McKinnon.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's so passionate.
Yeah.
And he gives it everything all the time.
Yeah.
And he might be a bit rough, rough around the edges. He's not someone that is soft and fuzzy. But I'm okay with that, because sometimes you need that guy that's, that's the Kessler. That's just there to start fights in practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Because that, if done in the right way, it's not, I wouldn't say that that's a negative thing, right? Now, if it's because everything's going sideways and no one really cares, and you're half the team's trying, half the team's not, and guys are playing because they just want to be there.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. But if it's out of pure passion, because you guys are practicing like you play games, then I got no problems with that. I mean, obviously you're going to stop them. You don't want them fighting. Last thing you need is two guys getting hurt in practice. Yep. But that energy, that willingness, that want to win, love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, I was just playing with the buyout calculator for PD. Nothing makes sense. It's a $9 million buyout on the cap. It's ridiculous.
It sucks.
Yeah, so. All right, my friend. Well, that was fun. And the unexpected turn was a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great little mind piece. I love that.
Yeah. So,
and the more I think about it, the more I like it.
And again, if it wasn't Bedard and if it wasn't Celebrini being from Vancouver, I wouldn't. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why blow up the plan?
Yeah.
But you can shave off 5 years, and Aquilini would be pleased as punch to get all that stuff, and he just jacks all the prices up at the rink and makes money.
Like I said, like the second, if you did that, and even the first season, you brought Bedard on, like your season's tickets up 80%, and then next year,
totally.
And then next year you bring Celebrini.
Oh.
Now you're sold out for the next 10 years. Like, no one's going anywhere.
Right. Those extra 5 years of prime time of them, like, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's, in some ways, it's a no-brainer. They just have to make it, they'd have to technically make sure you can make it work with the 8 first rounders, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever that looks like. So,
and I'm telling you, if you, like, I would keep them in the loop. I'd be like, look, boys.
Oh, for sure.
Let's do this because this is what we're going to do, and this is how it's going to look. So, anyway,
yeah. Well, this might be our longest episode ever. We've been recording for almost 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. And I thought we weren't going to have anything to talk about.
Well, when you save it up every 2 weeks, then you got some chitter chatter. Although I think the next one might be a little tougher. I think on Kipper and Bourne on their show, they're going down to twice a week as opposed to 3 times a week because there's nothing to talk about. So
yeah, it's going to
beat those Leafs to death talking it over there.
Well, we can talk about what seats we would want to buy our season's ticket for.
There you go. Well, my friend, that was fun. We'll wrap it up for this episode of Canucks Only. And, hey, a dream.
I need some sort of a Aiden Celebrini as well.
I know.
Anyway, yeah.
A dream is a dream to a dream, and hopefully it comes true.
Yeah.
So, all right, my friend. Have yourself a good night, and we'll talk to the next one.
You betcha.
All right, take it easy.
Good night.
Thank you for watching Canucks Only.
Canucks Only. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe.